What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to take a look at Black Widow at level 72. And that little bit of difference in her level makes all the difference for this character. Black Widow has always been a really good character, especially when she got this uniform. Due to the ease of play that she has, due to the heal that she has, 30% recovery is just insane. Very, very proc friendly, and the fact that her uniform effect gives her decreased damage received by 40% for 7 seconds on a 10-second cooldown. This is insane, guys. Whenever you dodge, you have a 35% chance of getting this and remove all debuff. This is really, really amazing for this character. It adds to her survivability tremendously on top of the 30% recovery heal and the fact that she plays so well. So what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to do a little comparison, just a small little comparison against the big dog, Kamala. And I'm going to be using Waves Leadership for both of the runs that you guys are going to see, but the difference is with Kamala, I'm actually going to be using White Fox. I know, right? That is an insane advantage for Kamala, right? And the reason for that is, one, I don't have Kamala built as well as Black Widow, but I also just want to give Kamala all the extra edges as well, right? She isn't built as well, but having this extra 65% damage to supervillains is bonko. That is just crazy. And on top of that, getting an extra 15% attack, the chain hit damage, right? The dodge is definitely nice as well, is godly, right? We also have a CTP of Insight on both teams that we're going to show. And with this team composition, Kamala has 50,000 physical attack. She has pretty much maxed out stats except for her critical rate. And her Isolate set is a fully awakened Power of Angry Hawk set. No artifact on either character. And she has just a regular critical damage with 180% damage proc. Now, I do have a CTP of Energy on Black Widow, but Black Widow is not going to be using White Fox. She is not going to be getting an extra 65% damage to supervillains, and she's not going to be getting the extra 15% attack to the allies and the chain hit damage. And of course, Kamala's uniform is at Mythic. And when you take a look at Black Widow, right, her physical attack is at 50,000. So they're very, very close in their physical attack. It's just that Black Widow has level 72, whereas Kamala doesn't. Black Widow does have pretty much the same stats as far as being compared to Kamala Khan, right? And then when you take a look at the ISO 8, fully awakened Power of Angry Hawk sets, type enhancement won't really matter in either of these runs because we're going to go against Null. And again, no artifact. And we do just have a regular CTP of energy. This is an advantage, right? It does give her a little extra ignore dodge, but Kamala's getting ignore dodge from White Fox. Kamala also has ignore dodge from her passive, right? She's going to have enough ignore dodge to get it done, no problem against Null. Plus, we're going to have an ignore dodge striker, so it'll be just fine for both these girls. They're going to have enough ignore dodge to where they're actually going to get it done. They're both going to be around 80% or so. I mean, Black Widow's got ignore dodge in her passive as well, so it'll be just fine. And Black Widow's uniform is at Mythic. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up the run for you guys so you can check this out. All right, there we go. Okay, so the first run I'm going to show you guys is just Kamala, taking on Null. This is stage 49, right, where we need a speed superhero. And we're going to land the proc every time. I ran this a couple times just to make sure I got the proc every single time on the tier 3 and on the regular rotation. And we're doing our tier 3 every other rotation. This is something else that's an advantage for Kamala over Black Widow, because Black Widow, you got to use your tier 3 every other rotation, or every 3 rotations. It kind of sucks, right? You do 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 4, tier 3, 5, or 3, 4, 5, tier 3, whichever you prefer to do. The damage is pretty similar, actually, with both rotations. I tested it earlier, it seemed to be about the same. But I like canceling the tier 3 for Black Widow to get all the extra buffs and get the accumulation as well. And yeah, I mean, obviously, guys, Kamala can do this. I mean, if I had a better build on her, she can do this. But that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is to compare Black Widow against the Omega Speed, like an insane godly character, right, that is just level 70 and has the tier 3, right? And I only have Black Widow at level 72. They're both physical attacking characters, right? So they both have the same advantages with my cars, either way you go. Oh yeah, and we do have a CTP of Insight. I actually have a CTP of Insight on White Fox and Wade, but only one of them is actually applying. There we go, there we go. There, I thought maybe I wasn't going to get my proc on my tier 3. It looked like I was going to miss there for a second. But I'm just running this down to the very, just doing the first phase is all we want to do. I mean, it really is nutty though how good Kamala is. I mean, at level 70, guys, it really is nuts. But something else, then, something I like to bring up in these videos is that all these characters that have this above level 70, that have the tier 4 available, they just take less damage. They take less damage because they're at a higher level. And you guys can see that, you know, we were able to do the first phase in about 2 minutes, landing the proc every single time. And that's with Kamala using White Fox, right? Adding an extra 65% damage to supervillains, the extra 15% attack, the extra 10% chain hit damage. This makes a huge, huge difference for her. Now, when it comes to Black Widow, okay, we just kind of move along a little bit here. We'll do the same thing, right? Same leadership, but no White Fox. Now, I could have used White Fox, and I could have got that extra 15% attack because it does apply to all allies, but I wanted to put things in perspective for you guys. I really wanted to show you guys just how strong Black Widow is, and as you guys can see, she's already out DPSing Kamala. She's already doing it. Even though she doesn't have White Fox, and I know she's got an energy, but guys, that energy is not making up no 65% damage to villains. It's just not. There ain't no way. That's a huge, huge advantage. Even with the chain hit damage on it, it's just not. There's no way. I mean, that's a nutty, nutty advantage for Kamala. I mean, the best speed character in the game is easily going to be Black Widow. It's easily going to be her. Because of her uniform effect, because of her ease of play, because of her damage, because of her heals. I mean, she always had a good kit. This uniform always gave her a good kit. She just didn't have the damage. Right? The damage was okay, it was decent, respectful, but now it's godly. Now it is amazing, guys. And a little spoiler alert, I'm gonna do this run, but we're not gonna get the clear, but we're gonna get close because I made a mistake at the very end. There we go. And this is what I like, guys. Like, it's weird, but you can actually somewhat face tank with Black Widow because she's at a higher level and she has the, you know, decreased damage received from her uniform effect whenever she dodges, right? Or well, 35% chance when she dodges. And this makes all the difference for her. Like, it really makes her an easy character to play, to run with, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's like, you know, it's almost like whenever they made her uniform, they weren't really sure if they were going to do tier 4s at that time, although I'm pretty sure they already knew they were going to do tier 4s. But it almost looks that way because it's just so strong above level 70. It's doing amazing. I mean, Black Widow is the waifu she should be right now. She's just nuts. We do struggle a little bit here in this part of the phase against Null. And man, I tell you what, with her tier 4, guys, getting that extra 40% attack and getting the extra increase to boss types, I think like 60%, I think is what it was, if I remember correctly. That would just be insane for this character. Not to mention getting the stat bonus, the extra HP, the extra attack. I mean, having the extra HP is going to give her even more survivability because her heal is going to heal for even more of an amount. It's going to make her even tankier. I mean, if you love Black Widow, I mean, this is quality, my friends. This is quality. I mean, old girl is just. I mean, I'm loving her, man. It's just insane. Like, even at stage 49, I don't have to really worry too much about her dying. I mean, yeah, if you get a little overzealous, you get a little crazy, and you try to face tank a little. I mean, you can't play her like the Hulk, but I mean, there's a lot of leeway whenever you're playing with the character to where you don't really have to worry about taking too much damage. It's actually pretty insane that Black Widow has so much survivability and is so tanky. I'm honestly almost more impressed with that than I am her damage, although I would say they're equal in all honesty. I mean, they're both insanely impressive. But she is just, like, I almost wonder, like, what she would be like with a Brilliant Destruction on her, and who knows, maybe I'll slap one on her, but at stage 49, I just don't need to do one. And she couldn't do stage 49 before. There's no way. There's no way with one support she'd be able to do this. There's no way. She could do this with this one support right now. You guys will see at the end, I am going to kind of screw up a little bit. I will make a mistake. But I'll show you guys another run where we will get it done. And I'll actually show you a better team as well that you can use where you get a little bit extra buffs. But look at her go, man. Look at her go. Right now, I like to cancel my tier 3. Like I said earlier, I did some testing where I tried proccing on the tier 3 or just proccing with canceling the tier 3 and going into the 5th skill afterwards, and the damage was virtually the same. I really didn't notice much of a difference. I will say this though, I think in higher levels, proccing on the tier 3 would probably be a better idea because the tier 3 puts her in an iframe, so it's actually going to give her even more survivability. So when you're in them really high levels, like a shout out to my buddy Julian, who did stage 99 with level 80 Black Widow. Stage 99 null with level 80 Black Widow using a brilliant CTB of energy. But I mean, in that high level, guys, you got to break out the brilliance. It's just insane. But that is just crazy, right? And that just shows you how strong Black Widow is. It just shows you how strong she is. Here's where I made my mistake. I should have attacked whatever the cage was up prior to this, and I could have done a little bit of damage because we're just not going to quite get it done right here. Right? We're not going to quite get it done. We're not going to quite do enough damage. So we do make a little bit of a mistake, right? But we got down to, 2.5 bars, a little over 2.5 bars with one support. Now, Black Widow can do this, guys, as I'm going to show you here in a second. She can absolutely do this, right? And I'm just going to show you a little bit better team that you could use with her, although it's kind of expensive team. It isn't really needed. I mean, we could have got it done. Let's kind of move this forward a little bit here, right? So, forgot to turn my notifications off there. But in this run, right, we're using Deadpool's leadership in the new, uniform, which actually gives 40% attack to all allies. And then we just got Wave in the support role, giving the increase to super villains, right? Because Wave's leadership isn't as good as Deadpool's, so we're actually getting a little bit more attack by using Deadpool instead. And, it really, honestly, I didn't really notice much of a difference doing this than I did just having Wave in the leadership role. I didn't really see a whole lot of difference. Maybe a little bit more damage with this, but I don't really think having Deadpool's uniform is really necessary. I don't think it is. I mean, you guys saw how close we got a second ago, and if I would attack Null, before he went to the very last phase, did a little damage, because we do have the decreased damage received by 40% whenever we do, dodge, right? Whenever the uniform effect takes effect, we would have had that. So we could have actually tanked a little bit, as you guys will see in this run. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys with watching all of the same thing over and over and over. We're just going to kind of go to the end here. There was another nice little notification here. Right? So we'll just go all the way to this end here, and I'll show you how, you really want to do it whenever you're playing with Black Widow. Watch out a little bit here. I'm going to take any damage. And let's take him down. Oh, yeah. So this is where I screwed up in the run that you guys saw a second ago. I'm going to go ahead and attack now. Right? Because we have the decreased damage received from the uniform effect, there's a good chance it will take effect. There we go. There we go. And, we did take a lot of damage, but we also did quite a bit of damage, which is going to make all the difference for us to get this clear. So now we're just going to, switch back to Black Widow. Really, I should just let Wave die, and then I could switch to Black Widow even faster, but we'll still get it done. All right? Okay, we'll do the 3, 4, 5 again. Oh, yeah, but we're cutting it close, man. We're cutting it close. We are cutting it close. There we go. And, 9 seconds to spare, and we were able to get it done, right? Stage 59 against Null with a regular CTB of energy at level 72. So the girl is absolutely insane, guys. I mean, she's stronger than Kamala, especially when you take her to level 72. Obviously, when she's level 70, Kamala's going to be stronger. But whenever you go to level 72, she's still going to be better. Even though she doesn't take advantage of White Fox's leadership, she's still stronger, still does more damage, as you all just saw. I mean, it's bonkers, guys. Like, she is so great right now. Like I said, she always had a really good kit. She just lacked in damage. And now, because of the level 70, right? Because of being above level 70, she just does insanity as far as damage. So, guys, let me know what you think about Black Widow. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. G2+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.